Znači, ove mezagenike mi dolaze računi i sve ostalo da
Okay, hello everyone. Let's wait, let's say 1 more minute, and then we will get go with our day 3. Yes. Yes. Yes, maybe it went to junk also folder, or but I did send them. Anyways, hello dear all. Let's start with our day 3 of e-training. The same task as yesterday and day before. I have a little Jamboard prepared for you to answer a quick question. The link is in your chat, so please click on it, and I'll share my screen to also show you. Okay, so for today's, let's say, first lesson, first activity, I want to know what is your best personal trait characteristic. Write down in 1 minute, and as I said, I will share all the Jamboard results with you tomorrow. Be creative. Let's say 30 more seconds to put up a favorite best characteristic of yours, personal trait. So I really like what I'm reading here. It says persistent, motivated, optimist, calm, fun, kind, critical thinking, reliable. So I think those are really good personal characteristics that can really help you in developing also project ideas in the fields of fancy food objectives as circular economy, food supply chain, social entrepreneurship, cooperatives. And with that being said, I will slowly give the word to my colleague Anastasia from IAD to present you the module 3 overview. And yeah, listen to her. Anastasia, are you ready?
Yes, hello. Sorry, I had an issue with my microphone. Can you hear me now? Okay, great. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, I'm going to introduce you an overview of the eModule 3. eModule 3 is about the social entrepreneurship cooperative startup implementation. The contents of this module are these chapters. They are 5 chapters, and we will go through them in detail today. So the first chapter is cooperative startup in real-world environment. The methodologies for the development of ideas in innovative projects. This chapter has 3 sections. The first section is why to choose a cooperative. The second one is how to generate ideas to create an innovative business. And the third one is the steps for starting a cooperative. The objectives of this chapter are you will be informed about the circular economy and the collaborative economy, the reasons why to choose this model, the principles and the values, what cooperation means, and the benefits of the cooperative. Also, you will learn about the stages in the process of developing an idea, the techniques to generate and select ideas, if this is right for your own business, how to find the right people to collaborate with and work with, and how to explore your vision and mission, and the following steps to create your own cooperative. In the second chapter is about applications of innovative business model, setting up a business, documents needed, legal issues, and preparing a business plan. These are the sections of this chapter, which are guide on how to set up your business model. This chapter is really important for today because this is based on the activity that we are going to do today. Guide on how to prepare your business plan, how to launch a social cooperative, and there are some activities and some links that you can watch and be informed more. In general, the purpose of this chapter is for you to understand the way to transfer your idea into reality. And this will be through the development of your own business model. The objectives of these chapters are: what is a business model, the definition, why is this important to have in your business, business models in social entrepreneurship, how to design a business model, and there's also some practical activities. Also, you will be informed about the definition of the business plan and why this is important. What is the difference between a business plan and a social business plan, and how to create a social business plan. There are 12 steps that you will see today. What is a brand? What kind of business brand do you need for your business? And the steps to develop a business brand. And also you will see about the business plan worksheet. Finally, in this chapter, you will learn about how to launch a social cooperative enterprise, and there are some things that you need to know. And if you should launch a cooperative corporation. The third chapter is called Market Research and Added Value of Students' Idea. The purpose of this chapter is to provide useful information on the way that you can promote a business and how to successfully implement it. And these are the sections of this chapter. There are 5. The objective are: what is a market research? You will also learn about the business strategy and the market research. What is the definition of added value and the importance of it? How to create added value, and social value principles. The 2 last chapters are environmental issues and their impact on the business. And the last chapter is commercialization process of innovative idea and financial management of cooperative startups. In this chapter, you will be informed about for the general idea, the development of a product and commercialization of innovative idea, how to create and evaluate an innovative idea. You will see the business case analysis, and on the last part, you will see some exercise and activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Anastasia, for this nice overview of the module 3. Now I would like to invite Arantxa for an in-depth lecture on the module 3. She was also with us yesterday as well. So let's see what she has to say about module 3. Arantxa, you are muted.
Sorry, I was talking along like yesterday. I always forget to open the microphone. I'm going to share my screen with you. Today, I'm going to show you the topic 3.1 is the first topic of the module 3. And it's about cooperative startup in real world environment. This module, this topic, is divided in 3 parts. First part talks about why to choose a cooperative for developing a social business, how to generate ideas in innovative business, and the part 3 is a guided learning on how to apply. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, there is a mistake here. It's not how to apply these ethics and principles, that this was yesterday, is the first steps to start a cooperative. The part one, why a cooperative? The circular economy, the goal of the circular economy is to redefine products and services to eliminate waste while minimizing negative impacts. It's driven by a transition to renewable energy sources. The circular model builds economic, natural, and social capital. On the other hand, the consumer is increasingly aware of the environment and demands a more sustainable use of resources and greater transparency from companies. And the consumer is also increasingly concerned about food and demands more organic products. The consumer now is more responsible and realizes that he or she has unused resources with which can make a profit, either financially or also through the exchange of goods and services. And that is the origin of the collaborative economy. Given this opportunity, and today that we can use the technology, the IT, these new business models emerge. Both the circular economy and the collaborative economy represent a field for the exploitation of new innovative business models. The cooperative startups are then in a good position to take advantage of the opportunities that arise from this new economic model. Now we are going to see a part of a video that is included in this topic about the collaborative economy. I'm gonna cut it because it's too long for the class today, the lecture today. So, but we will see just a short part.
In this video, we're going to introduce the idea of the collaborative economy. We're going to argue that when building sustainable business models, several different organizations need to come together to form alliances or collaboration that span across organizational boundaries.
Okay, I will try to, sorry. Let's see now. Is it better now? No, sorry, this is not this one, it's the one before here. Okay.
In this video, we're going to introduce the idea of the collaborative economy. We're going to argue that when building sustainable business models, several different organizations need to come together to form alliances or collaborations that span across organizational boundaries. Because if you're going to solve the big, messy sustainability problems, the solutions are likely to exist across organizations.
Collaboration is an essential part of every business model. We talked about how to deliver value, and here partnership is essential. So you need partners to be able to deliver value, and you need partners often to be able to capture value.
We think about it, collaboration can in itself be the basis for a new business model. And many so-called platform business models are based on the idea of pulling together different players from the same industry or across industries who together can solve problems for the customer that each of them wouldn't be able to do on their own.
What we're really talking about here are business models that are tied together in kind of an industrial symbiosis, and we have many examples of that.
One such example is Kalundborg symbiosis. It's basically a simple industrial park, like there are many of all over the world. There's a specific characteristic, however, of Kalundborg site, and this is that the waste of each of the companies inside the park is a resource for someone else inside the park.
So warm water from one company can be used in another company, for instance, in the aquaculture.
In the middle of the industrial park, there's a coal plant, and the emissions from that coal plant become input factors for the producer of gypsum plates in the building right next door.
In this way, they form alliances where waste becomes resources. In addition, they also collaborate by getting new knowledge about how to operate in this new and innovative way.
Okay, we continue with the lesson. I'm sorry. No. Why choosing this model of a cooperative to start our business model? Our business. Today, undertaking a business is a risky and difficult task. There is a lot of competition, but there are also many new niches in which to develop innovative ideas. Many people who launch a business, the first thing they do is develop a business plan or choose a legal structure. And these are very important aspects, but it also requires considering many other aspects before. A person who wants to start a business must work and enhance a series of capacities, such as initiative, leadership, the capacity for risk, work and dedication, patience, creativity, self-confidence, and the capacity for observation and to learn from others. In any case, in collective entrepreneurship projects, those individual qualities are joined to the collective ones. So people who work as a team and know how to complement and coordinate each other, know how to give the best of themselves, and then at the same time make those who accompany them in this business adventure unfold their full potential. This is one of the many advantages that collective self-employment can provide. The mutual support and the complementarity of the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities. Thus, cooperative is a democratic and participatory company model that is based on people and not on capital. This allows a greater development of people and teams of people. A cooperative transfers to the business world a way of seeing life and human, business, and professional relationships being as profitable as any other legal form. In addition, in a context of crisis, the cooperatives manage, thanks to its internal flexibility and the ability to reinvent themselves and to get to accordance, to maintain the jobs created and even continue to grow. The risk is shared between the partners. This is one of the reasons to choose this model. Many of the entrepreneurs who have chosen the cooperative as a legal form are young people who have seen the solution there to create their own job and not face the challenge of setting up a business alone. This is very important to have it into account. Here there are some two videos, but I'm not going to show you because we don't have so much time. So we keep on the lecture. And the cooperatives have a common set of principles and values that are common in all the world. The cooperative is a society made up of people who freely associate to carry out a business that allows them to satisfy their economic and social needs and aspirations. It is a business model in which economic and business objectives are integrated with others of a social nature, achieving economic growth based on stable employment, equality, and social equity, and offers also great possibilities for entrepreneurs to make their way professionally. And we can find cooperatives in all the productive sectors and branches of activity. And this shows that any type of business project can be carried out with a cooperative. There are 7 cooperative principles. The COP, the first one is the cooperative is owned and controlled by its members. It exists for the benefit of its members. These members can be customers or workers, suppliers, or the wider community, because there are many types of cooperatives. These aspects we can be seen in the following topic that we are not going to show today. And the second principle is that cooperatives are democratic. That is that every member has an equal say and an equal vote. Every member contributes financially in some way, buying products or working for the cooperative or investing in it or deciding how to spend the profits. The fourth principle is that it's an independent business owned and controlled by the members of the cooperative. The fifth principle is that it offers education and training to everyone involved in the cooperative. And this is a very important aspect because you can develop your career here. The cooperatives cooperate, that it means that they work with and support other cooperatives. And the last principle is that a cooperative supports the communities it works with. Now I'm going to show you this short video that is to get inspired. Let's see.
Like a smile owned by its teeth, like a kiss sold to yourself, this is how your city grows. Like the tender limbs of trees, let our timber lenders breathe in, this is how your city grows. From hand to hand, a relay sport. How we shape thought into word. Every oar we build from earth as if the rain falls in reverse to feed the clouds. Like a self-healing heart, your city grows impossible. This commonopolis, not made of steel, but give and take. Count your currency in character instead of money that your minutes make here. Your value doesn't need to lie. Your city's limbs aren't lopsided. They yearn to grow in equal length and not through competition, but cooperation of each the people's strength.
Okay. This is a kind of inspirative video. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna see some benefits that that the cooperative have. The profit and the earnings generated by the cooperative are distributed among the members that also are known as user or owners. The cooperatives have a series of advantages over other types of companies because they have less taxation. The members of a cooperative are only taxed once on their income from the cooperative, and not on both the individual and the cooperative level. Because in some other companies, the company pays pay taxes, and then every member, every owner pays taxes again. There are some funding opportunities for cooperatives depending on the type of cooperative, and there are some subsidies or grants available for this kind of business. We can also reduce the costs and improve products and services, taking advantages of the size of the cooperative. When they are bigger, cooperatives can more easily obtain discounts or supplies and services, like a big company. And they also have a perpetual existence because this structure brings more continuity to the business, because the members can leave the business without causing the dissolution of the company, because some other can replace them. And there is also a limited liability of the members. And very important thing, the mutual aid and cooperation without speculation. This is the part 2 of this topic, and it's about how to generate ideas to create an innovative business. You know, you have, yesterday we started in the mentoring sessions, writing our ideas. But here there are some techniques that you can use to develop ideas for creating a business or for any other aspect inside the business, because generating ideas is always a need for innovation in any company, in any business. The first step to create a business is to have an idea for this new business, and having a brilliant idea and knowing how to make it real is the key to succeed in the business. The important thing is to take that idea and put it into practice through a profitable business model that allow us to generate wealth. And here we present, as I told you, some techniques to develop these innovative ideas. And those are some message for you to believe that you are smart enough to have ideas and you are able to generate innovative ideas, although you don't think like that. To create, there are two stages in the process of developing ideas. The first thing is to generate ideas. In this stage, we look for many ideas as much as possible. It's not important if they are good or bad, because in this case, there are not really good or bad ideas. We want everything that comes to your mind. And then a second stage will be to select the ideas. This consists of selecting the idea that under a series of criteria has more potential. And here the objective is to reduce the number of options, and it's a phase in which you seek to keep the ideas with the greatest potential to continue working on them. The key to generate ideas is to make a persistent effort to get your brain thinking, and you also need patience. The definition of a brilliant idea is something subjective, and what you consider to be a great idea might be ordinary to other people. And the simplest way to get good ideas is to come up with as many ideas as possible. And with training, your brain gets better and better. The following are good techniques to generate ideas. We have selected this because we think it's more useful for you, can be more useful for you. The first technique, to bring up 5 ideas a day. It doesn't matter where they come from, how terrible they are. So let your imagination run wild and write 5 ideas every day. Another technique, to use your thinking time. If you think 15, 30 minutes of your time every day to develop ideas, you gain clarity to achieve your goals. This can be not only ideas to setting up the new business, but can be another finding, for example, a creative solution to a problem or whatever. Another technique, to apply the knowledge of one area into another. For example, you have some expertise in one area, but not in the area you want to generate an idea for a business. But you can use your expertise across different fields. And if you look at your entire knowledge as a puzzle, you feel more pieces and you start realizing the whole picture. You also, another technique is to expose yourself to a broader experience. Your thoughts are limited to your circle of awareness or knowledge, but you can explore another areas by reading, talking to people outside your family or colleagues, and learning more about your area of interest. You can use also this other technique, analyze the world around you and the market also. You can use your day-to-day experience to think deeper about your area. You will have ample opportunities to think of ideas using what you see and hear around you. For example, you can look at a retail outlet and ask yourself, what would I do better if I was the owner of this business? And for that, you have to be curious and gather more information. For example, you can attend some workshops or conferences. There are now a lot of seminars or workshops in internet that you can attend to learn more about an area of interest. And this will help you to be aware of what is happening in the market. You can also recognize innovation opportunities, but this requires understanding the weakness of existing companies. For example, if the industry is not satisfied with the products that exist, there is always an opportunity for innovation to create new products or services that respond to these demands. An example of this was Uber, that has revolutionized the car rental service with a driver thanks to the mobile application. And you can also look broader beyond industry for ideas. For example, many times the best ideas come from other sectors. For example, Henry Ford linked the idea of meat processing industry production chain with the production of the automobile industry. This led to a huge increase in the volume of the vehicle production and the workforce. So the cost of building a car was less and more people could buy a car. Sometimes the good ideas come from the customers. You can make also some customer surveys through social media or market research that helps to understand the changes that customers are asking for. It's necessary always to understand the needs of customers to develop a better service or product. And you can also run a contest, scout for ideas from colleagues. For example, in some technology and management schools, there are incubators to help students to generate project ideas. And some companies run also competitions at universities and offer rewards. So look at your university in your area and to get some ideas, some project ideas. And here we show also two techniques that are brainstorming and brainwriting. Both techniques coincide in their purpose to generate as many ideas as possible without a filter. But the differences are that in brainstorming, participants say the ideas in a group, and in brainwriting, each part of the process is carried out individually. And in brainstorming, some ideas can be built on others chaotically as they arise. And in brainwriting, everything is collected on paper and the evaluations of the ideas included. Brainwriting is usually a shorter process, and we include here an activity in this module, a brainwriting session to generate ideas. This activity is developed in groups, and the supervisor, the trainer, will divide the class in small groups, and the students will have to follow several steps that are explained in the activity. In this case, the trainer must choose a topic to create a new business. In this case, we offer the challenge of avoiding food waste in a supermarket, and coming from this challenge, generate ideas. There are also techniques to select the ideas. If you have reached this point, you will find that you have many ideas, tens of ideas, writing on a wall or post-its. And now that what you want is to select the ones that have most potential. And for that, you can use these techniques. For example, the tag cloud, that is a technique for more than 100 ideas. Vote is a classic technique, and you can apply different variants. The consensus, that is a technique. The team discusses the best and worst options of each idea. Here you can apply the 16 thinking hats technique to adopt the different roles and find out what are the pros and the cons of each of the ideas to finally get the best ones. Also, a final selection technique is to score the ideas, value them numerically from a scale, and it's about preparing a checklist with a series of variables and criteria to rate the ideas and get a ranking with the best ones. Another second activity in this topic is the to apply the 6 thinking hats to select ideas, and the activity explains how to do that. Every hat has represents a point of view. The white hat, a neutral and objective point of view. The red hat is to bring your own opinions based on your emotions, intuition, and judgment. The black one is give negative opinions. The yellow hat is positive aspects, and then the green hat is imaginative, to find creative alternatives. The blue hat is worked by the trainer that will coordinate the session. The part 3 is it's about first steps for starting a cooperative. Once you have chosen an idea for a business and you have decided to create your social enterprise, there are a lot of things to think about and prepare for. First of all, is a cooperative right for my business? If you think that this is your idea, your business, and you want to keep control of everything, then maybe a co-op is not for you. However, if you are open to involving others with the same level of ownership and control, then a quick run through this section should reassure you that you are on the right track. Some people believe that capital gains should not be the focus of their decisions, and that the important thing is that the people who join the project. This is the philosophy of startups that adopt the cooperative as a legal form. Many choose the cooperative for a matter of personal criteria, because they are clear about the type of relationship they like to have between the people, work and capital, because they want to start a company in which each member of the team has the same voice. In a cooperative, it's less important. It's important to meet the needs of the people, and that each person has the same rights as the rest, regardless of their role or the contributed capital. The founders of a cooperative do not seek to constantly scale or obtain a high return on investment. If you feel that a cooperative is right for your startup, for your business, you should start to understand who should be involved in your cooperative. And one of the first things recommended is an exercise to understand what your collective vision is. So now we're gonna make an exercise to explore what is your cooperating vision, your personal cooperating vision. So I'm gonna paste a link to a survey in the chat. And please open this link and answer these 5 questions. It's a very short survey. It's just to think about if you think a cooperative is right for you. Please, you have 1 minute, 2 minutes to answer the form, and then we can see the results in real time. 30 seconds. Okay, time. I have some problem. I don't know why don't appear the answers to this in my file. I'm sure you have answered this form, but I can't open the answers. So don't worry, because later on we have another exercise. It's also to fill a form, and I will send you the results of this second form. So we can also, I can also send you the results of this exercise about what is your cooperative vision. So I will continue with the presentation. This. Okay. So one of the most important things to create a cooperative is to find the right people. The person becomes the axis of a cooperative. The choice of the people who will be part of the business project is an important objective. The members of the cooperative must put their best qualities at the service of the cooperative, which can be innate or acquired, or perfected with training, experience, and a desire for progress. People who start a cooperative must have a real desire to undertake a business and want to do it collectively. Is there really a collective need to satisfy in common? Here, it must be clearly assessed whether entrepreneurs are inclined to develop a cooperative and a collective project. Members' commitment to the principles and values of their cooperative is fundamental, and therefore it's important that members speak about their expectations in their own company and try to adjust them to the reality that is presented. It's also important that the members of the cooperative have training in corporate management and cooperative principles. The success or failure of the project will depend on a great extent on the choice of the people. There are some aspects to find the right people. To determine the ideal profile of the partners, we must take into account the following aspects. For example, to have synergies and empathy with the rest of the partners, that the partners have communication skills to perceive their values, vision, and expectations, assess the degree of conflict that can be between the members, know our vision and claim to see if there is a confluence with our interests. Also to check the level of seriousness, professionalism, and trust that the people generate in us. The compatibility of skills and attitudes between partners that all will have different qualities that will bring diversity to the project. Also, to explore the level of commitment and responsibility that you are willing to assume, and the economic capacity and time to work and work that can be dedicated to the project by the different partners, and also explore the teamwork. This is an intrinsic principle of the philosophy based on collaboration, equality, and mutual help. In order to maintain these good relations with a cooperative, it's important that each person has an area of responsibility and that there are no overlaps in decision making. Although decisions often must be made jointly. People must complement, support, and bring out the best in themselves and in other people. The people who work in a cooperative are distinguished for other business because they contribute their work as an essential requirement, regardless of the contribution of social capital. So the relationship of the member with the cooperative is that one of a corporate and non-labor nature. Its regulation is included in the bylaws of the cooperative and where appropriate through the internal regulations of the cooperative. There may be also other type of members. For example, the laws, different laws about cooperative recognize and regulate the existence of other figures that can contribute economically to achieve the corporate purpose. And these are, for example, the collaborating partners, associates, inactive partners, etc. As a worker member, you can work full or part-time, adapting your working hours to your needs and also of the organization. Here, there are another exercise. This is a much more longer exercise. Sorry. I'm going to paste the link to this activity. And this is to be made after the session, the today's session, because it's much longer. And it's 20 questions that you have to answer if you desire. And if you, it's a self-test to know which would be your role in the cooperative, because there are different roles that people can adopt. And the results of this self-test, I will prepare it tomorrow morning. I will say, if you answer this afternoon, for example, or before tomorrow morning at 10, I can send you the results of the self-test to each one of you. If you left your email there, and I will send you the results. So you can explore more, which is your abilities or capacities to develop a other type of role in the cooperative. Sorry, with so many things. These answers should reflect your authentic behavior in each case, without referring to what you think is the best way to act. Just be free, be authentic, and answer the questions. Just a few more tips more steps to develop your cooperative. Next step will be to explore your vision and mission. When you have an idea on who will be involved in the early days in setting up the start of your cooperative, it is useful to undertake a visioning process. This process ensures that the people involved have a common vision, and that is something that you will use in your marketing plan. The common vision will lead to specific objectives. This will be an important part of the governing document of your legal structure. And this vision, mission, and values or objectives can be linked to the social impact of the cooperative.
Arantxa, can you just put the presentation into the
mode?
Mode, exactly.
Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, with so many things, I get a bit confused. So many business plans have a vision, mission, and values at the beginning. The vision is simply how you ideally see the world in the future. The values refer to how the organization operates, which is more about the culture it wants to create. For example, to be honest, transparent, entrepreneurial, authentic, collaborative, etc. This tends to be more useful and relevant as you build a team around your idea. And then the mission. The mission is a way of explaining what is the central purpose of the social enterprise that is being created. Setting the mission is important because it helps social enterprises in planning, in making sure they are on the good way and knowing if they are achieving their goals. And it's also what differentiates social enterprises from conventional companies, whose main objective is to generate as much money as possible. Describing your mission will help you in the future because many people will want to know which it is. That includes people who could buy your products and services, people who could be part of your cooperative, or people who could support it in some other way, for example, financially. This chapter also includes this activity about writing your mission statement. It's a step-by-step exercise to create a mission statement. We are not doing this now, but it's also included in this topic. Following steps before starting with choosing the legal form or the business plan or whatever is most likely you already have something in mind after learning what you have studied so far. And now you have to check that there is a need. You also have to start addressing whether this idea is sustainable or not sustainable. You need to test your business idea. Is it a viable business? What is a viable business? And to know that, you could prepare a feasibility study or market plan that we will see in topic 3.3. For that, you should conduct a market research, evaluate your target audience, research the competition, and lastly, test your idea. And maybe it's time to speak to your potential customers, present them your business idea and get their feedback. Also, if you need outside financing to start your business, a business plan is necessary. It will be required by the banks or investors. A business plan is a roadmap that outlines the things you need to do in order to reach your goals. And this will be developed in chapter 2 of this model. And then you will need to fund your business and commercialize your products or service. That will be this will be seen in will be studied in chapter 4 of this model. So thank you for your attention, and remember to fill the survey. And if you want to know the results, please write your email and I will send it to you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Arantxa, for this in-depth lecture. It was full of useful knowledge and tips. And I hope you have all this in mind, because we will also use this in our next activity that will be group work. But before that, I suggest we take 5 minutes of break to stretch, breathe, drink something, and then return. So let's say 4:35, we are back here and we will do our general module 3 evaluation. Then we go to group work. So thank you and see you in 5. Hello, everyone. welcome back again. May I see some emojis in the chat or on the boards if you are back already? Okay, let me see some more. Thank you. So just to clarify, Arantxa put 2 links for the service into the chat. So please, if you won't be able to solve them now at the moment, save those 2 links for later and be so kind to solve them, because I think they're really good. Yeah, Arantxa, you can take the word.
Yeah, thank you. I copied again the first link, and I kindly ask you to repeat for those who have already made it, because the first link wasn't working. So now is the second one. I tell here, this is the right link to the first activity. Please, if you are so kind, repeat the survey. Thank you.
So I suggest maybe you just open those questionnaires and you solve it later, because now I have this task for you. That is the evaluation of eModule 3. So whatever you heard, seen, and get to know today, I would like your opinion on it. So if it was understandable, clear, interesting. So from my side, this is another link in your chat, and let's give you 8 minutes to solve them. And Arantxa also put it, the first exercise that is really quick to do. So I would kindly ask you to do this. And I would really ask everyone to be active, because this feedback helps us. As Arantxa also mentioned in her lecture, this is how we can improve ourselves. And you are our key target audience. So we really value your opinions. Thank you. Now some music, please.
اسمعي.
I have a feeling that today we are moving slower with those surveys, maybe because it's Wednesday in the middle of the week. We are all a bit tired, but I'm sure you can do this. So 4 more minutes for the questionnaire, please. Thank you, Anastasia, for this feedback in the chat. I think you should all do what she did. So let's say 3 more minutes.
اسمعي روحك.
Thank you, everyone in the chat who responded. I need around 10 more people to fill it, so please. And after this more fun part, we are going to be working in the groups, and you can be creative more than in the questionnaire, but still we need the questionnaire as well. So thank you. Okay, now in order not to lose too much time and to go off our agenda, I would kindly ask Anastasia to show us where we are going to be working today, and then Nadia to explain a little bit the business canvas model. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Eva. Now we will be divided into the same groups as yesterday to work on the canvas and fill it according to the idea that you voted the most interesting in the Padlet. So you have to follow again you have to press the button go to room, and you will automatically transfer to the room that you will work for today. And together with our support and help, we will fill the canvas according to yesterday's idea. So Nadia can show us the process. Nadia, we can't hear you. Open the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to spend some minutes to explain how to fill in the business model canvas. So yesterday, before we finished our session, Anastasia shared with us a video of the business tool canvas. So basically, I'm going to start sharing my screen. May I have the rights to share the screen, please? Okay. So yesterday we were explained in a video what is the business model canvas. So basically, it's a business tool which helps us to visualize our business in different building blocks. And this is quite a useful tool because in a few points that we see here on the screen, we can summarize our business idea. So one thing that we need to bear in mind, even following from Arantxa's presentation earlier this afternoon, is that our business needs to be sustainable. Now, we are talking about circular economy here. So I would like to share that when we talk about circular economy, there are multifacets of sustainability that we need to keep in mind. The first one is that the business is sustainable in a sense that over time, it is a profitable business. It is a profitable business, even if we're talking about cooperatives, they need to make profit in order to keep on going. The second thing is that they are sustainable because we are dealing with circularity, and therefore whatever we do, we have learned in these lessons that our actions have an impact on the environment. So again, this is something that needs to be taken into consideration. So the first thing is that when we are looking at a business is who is going to be our customer, who at the end of the day is going to buy our product. So we have an idea, we have this brilliant idea, but it will be brilliant if it has a market. And therefore we need to understand who are our customers. Is it going to be a mass market? Is it going to be niche? Is it going to be a particular age group, a particular gender? So what is this? Secondly, another question that helps us to define our customers is who do we want to reach? So this is where we usually start from. The other starting point of our business is the value proposition. So the value proposition is what is unique and have a big life, a long life. So we have to look at ideas that are useful, ideas that have value, that they are going to solve someone's problem. And this is what makes a good business idea. So what problems does our business idea help to solve? And this is where we find the usefulness of our business. For example, is it a price issue? well, it is not highly recommended because someone else can outprice us. Okay, but very often we do take this into consideration. How will it make the customers' lives better? Again, when we are talking about circular economy businesses, we also need to take into consideration again the sustainability of this business. So therefore, what is the carbon footprint that our business is going to have? What is its impact on the environment? We move then on to how we're going to reach the customer. So these are the first three questions: who, the what, and the how. So how are we going to reach our customers? Which channels are the most effective ones? Are we going, for example, to reach them through activities, through Facebook, through any other type of social media that we use? Are we going to become a visible entity in, for example, local markets? So this is something where we need to think. So how are we going to reach our customers? How are our customers going to get to know about us? And this brings us to the relationships we build with our customers. Now, we want long-lasting relationships with our customers, and we know from business theory that it is more costly to build a new customer than retain a new customer, than retain the customer. However, we also know that customers can be easily lost. So therefore, nowadays, we emphasize a lot a relationship. We build a relationship with our customers. And therefore, we have to be careful how we interact with, how they interact with our business model. So how do we approach our customers? What relations do we develop with them, and how do we maintain them over time? Okay, so we want our customers to come back and back and back again. And this means, therefore, that we need also over time to continue improving on our value proposition. Okay, think of a museum, for example. Sometimes museums, you don't go more often to them because they have, you know, the same standard display. It's the same. If we have a restaurant that always offers the same menu, we may go 1, 2 times, 3 times, but not more. And this is the same with business. How can our relationship be maintained over time? By keep on offering something that is new to the market. Then we move to the activities. So what main activities are required to maintain our customer session channels? And how do we ensure the continued revenue stream? And as I was saying, one area would be to continue developing our business, and we think of something that has a life of its own. Okay, so we don't think of just one product. Think, for example, of computers or mobile phones. Okay, they always come up with a new idea. All right, they always come up with a new gadget. Now, in circularity, in food and circular economy, we have also to think about this. Okay, so how do we keep our ideas fresh and alive over time? A business, especially nowadays, a business or a cooperative or any type of activity that we have does not live on its own. Okay, does not happen on its own. So we need partners, and our partners have to be identified when we are creating the business. The partners are the ones that sometimes also help us to maintain our business, but they could also be our suppliers. Some organizations use their suppliers who are also their clients. So there is also this issue of sustainability even in the way we deal with our clients. They can be clients and they can be suppliers. And this, especially for example, startups or cooperatives, it's a principle that is used very often. Now, when we're thinking of a social enterprise, our partners can also be, for example, the community itself. One aspect of social enterprises very often is enterprises that are trying to develop business, for example, in rural areas, or are businesses that are trying to adopt inclusion in their model, in their business model. Yesterday, for example, we heard the project, we heard about the project of the Roma restaurant. So it was a restaurant that was built up to help the Roma community. Now, very often, Roma community is one of the excluded groups in our society. This project was very interesting because it helped an excluded members of the community to be doing business and therefore become relevant, and rather than a net taker from the government, okay, and a user of funds or activities, they became a contributor to society. There is something added into the society. So when we think about our partners in social enterprise, we also need to think of who are going to be our collaborators, okay, who are going to be our the entities who will help us to promote further our business idea. Then we need to look at the key resources. So mainly we are looking at finance and employees. So these are the things that will help us to sustain our business. So what do I need to sustain my business? First and foremost, we need finance, and we need to give a lot of thought about the finance. Very often we start a business because we feel we have a good idea, okay? But then a question is, how will we finance the initial phase of the business, and how we will sustain its financial activity over time? When it comes to finance, is who will fund my initial idea? Is it going to be myself? Is it going to be the bank? Is it going to be my partners? Is it going to be an investor? And this is something that we need to think of. Related to this, and then we address this later on, is how do I make my profits? All
Daria,
organizations, yes?
Nadia, sorry.
We're taking time, right?
Yes, for the
Sorry.
finances, we'll be doing this tomorrow.
All right, okay, okay. So maybe I can stop here for now and then talk about the finances tomorrow?
Yes, so
Okay.
everyone, now we are going to go to the group work with your ideas from yesterday. And we will take 15 minutes. After this, you don't have to complete everything because we will continue tomorrow. And if you have any question, please ask your mentor in the group. So good luck and be creative.
Thank you.
Okay, Daria, can you hear us? You're muted, Daria. Yeah, super, excellent. Okay, so I write you in the chat what people we would need. Okay, yeah, and Meiji already wrote me an email, so I just put it in the chat. So because he's the one who brought in the, I think, a very good idea. Yes.
Recording in progress.
Because he just wrote me an email and he asks how he can join the group. I just ask him if he's online. So I will show his full name. Maybe that helps, Daria. Um,
Recording in progress.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. Wow. After talking 45 minutes, this is too much.
But not enough time, right?
Mhm.
From my team, from my group, I would kindly ask Anna and Lokia if you can put your emails in my chat, so just directly to me, so that I can share the PDF of our work so far with you today.
Okay, for my group, I would say that we could continue right now. If you like, the question especially goes to Meiji. I would send you a Zoom link, an extra Zoom link, and so that we could have a look at the business model canvas right now, if you have time. Meiji, maybe you just give me a sign if you would like to do that. Okay, super. I have the email addresses from all the other people from my group from yesterday. So please check your email. I will send the link, and then we can continue discussing the business canvas model canvas. So, okay, thanks.
In my group today appeared Meidi, that was in a group of Strateco yesterday. And then he disappeared, and I hope you came back to your group to work on it. I don't know what happened. We have just shared the Yes, yeah, I know, don't worry. Yeah, but it's but we had to start by explaining the ideas a little bit, so then selecting the best idea, and then we didn't have time to work much, just the customer segment. That
maybe we can discuss these things among each other later or tomorrow at the morning meeting, and now proceed with like the final thoughts and let the participants have the free evening, afternoon.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And also you can also all keep working on this business model. You have the access to the canvas, and then you can keep working on your idea.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is it for today. Tomorrow, as it was said, we will continue with this. So keep in mind all this creative process. Thank you for your work. My team was really active, so I really liked it. I hope it was the same in all of you in the other groups. And I wish you a nice evening, and see you tomorrow for the last day of the e-training. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.